So we have a special guest today, and she couldn't make it, so Natasha Bedingfield's here instead. So what we want to do is spend a little bit of time talking about the creative development and kind of the process that she's gone through as an artist, both in the early years of developing and what it felt like to go through, you know, tours and labels and all that sort of stuff. And so I'm going to ask her a few questions to get started, but this is really kind of an open forum. We put a mic right there, and when I change from chatting with her to opening up to you guys, and by the way, have you guys all eaten? Because you can just bring your plates out here as we're chatting if you want, okay? And I have a few questions for her, and I want to get it started. Then I'm going to shift, and I'm going to allow you guys to drive the questions after that, okay? I want to know what it's like, because I know your mom. And I can imagine your mom, because she's not a musician, neither is your dad. And all of a sudden she's got these kids that are all, you know, crazy musician artists, talented little pod. So how does that happen? I mean, how does it happen that you guys all of a sudden find music as your passion, and how does it happen that you guys all end up on this level? I mean, I know a lot of families that sing, but not at that level. And how does that happen?
Yeah, I don't know why, but actually there's 4 kids in the family and we all sing. And but my mum is really a good singer, and we grew up in a religious home. We grew up with church, so singing was kind of a very natural thing to do, a natural way of expressing your emotions. I think everyone has a natural thing that they're more talented in than something else, you know. But I think that anyone can learn music. You know, I'm big on campaigning for music in schools. I've worked with VH1, Save the Music, and because I think that music is something that helps everyone, and it's a very healthy thing for kids to get into. Not to become famous necessarily, even at that stage in school. It's just about learning something very helpful for life, I think. But for us, I think Daniel was my biggest inspiration. He was a child prodigy. He honestly was like a little Michael Jackson, and he got offered deals all the time, and my parents would turn them down. Like, he just was this kid that could sing in tune at 2 years old and just make everyone cry. And actually, there was one time at Christmas, I don't know if you guys do busking out here, but busking is like Christmas carols. So one Christmas, we all went out busking, and Daniel's on the street corner singing, and everyone was dropping in money, like giving him money. He's about like 10 years old, and he was like Justin Bieber, like winking at people, winking at women as they went past, and just singing out his heart. And then me and my sister were in the corner, and we would be singing, and nobody dropped any money. And I remember thinking, well, he's got something, you know. But I was in love with music. I was passionate about music, and I think that I was someone who kind of learned it a lot more. It wasn't something I had from 2 years old. It was a gift that was kind of dormant in me, and as I started to listen to other singers, and as I became fascinated by it, I think then it was like this gift that kind of erupted. I got a pocket full of sunshine. I got a love and I know that it's all mine. Oh, whoa. Do what you want, but you're never gonna break me. Sticks and stones are never gonna shake me. Oh, whoa. I got a pocket full of sunshine. I got a love and I know that it's all mine. Oh, whoa. Wish that you could, but you ain't gonna owe me. Do anything you want, you can't slow me down. No. Take me away, a secret place, a sweet escape. Take me away to better days. Take me away, a hiding place. I got a pocket full of sunshine. Oh, and it's all mine. Oh, whoa. Do what you want, but you're never gonna break me. Sticks and stones are never gonna shake me. I think it was in church. You know, I remember this feeling of like, oh no, everyone's looking at me. But then finding within the song something that made me forget everyone else, but at the same time connected me with everyone else and something else. You know, it's just this incredible feeling. And I remember being hooked at that moment. It felt like jumping off a cliff. It felt like this being an acrobat.
Just flying.
Yeah, and it is like flying because you have to jump out. Well, not like flying, but like jumping out and catching something, or trusting that something's going to catch you, because you have to have full faith that you're going to hit the note. Because if there's one moment where you start to doubt it, then you could go out of tune.
Right.
You know, and that's the thing that hooked me. It was that, you know, what if I launch out into this really high note, and what if I miss it? But then what if I don't miss it?
Right.
You know, that's what I love.
And then you were hooked.
Then I was hooked.
And there was a moment at that time
The
when you
adrenaline.
went, I can do this. I can do.
Yeah.
This is what I want to do.
Yeah.
And how old were you?
I was 12 probably when I first started singing. And then probably when I was 17, that's when I started songwriting. And for me, songwriting was a whole nother level. It made the songs my own. It wasn't about doing it correctly, you know, trying to sing Mariah Carey in the way that Mariah Carey sings. It was like this freedom I had when I started songwriting, because suddenly I could make the songs. I could make the songs and sing them how I heard them and felt them.